Welcome back. In this demonstration, I'm going to show you how to fold the Origami Tyrannosaurus Rex, designed by Kunihiko Kasahara, found in his book Creative Origami. This is a lovely little model that starts with some nice base folding and some nice complicated moves for our more advanced origami artists. If you have a square piece of paper, you can start with that. I'm going to start with an A4 piece of paper and turn it into a square. So I'm going to start by taking this top hand corner and rolling it down to the side and aligning the left side with the top of the paper to make my square. Once I have those aligned, I'm going to valley fold that diagonal crease and remove this last bottom flap of paper. Once I have that finished, I will have an origami square, and the origami square will have a valley fold from corner to corner. Now we need to have one more valley fold, so I'm going to take this corner here, bottom right hand corner, fold it up to the top left hand corner and crease along that diagonal so we have a nice diagonal crease there. So now we have two valley folds from corner to corner, making what I like to call the origami X. Now I'm going to flip my paper over so these diagonals are mountain folds, and I'm going to take the bottom edge down here and fold it up to the top edge, valley folding it so that we have a valley fold that goes horizontally through the center of our paper. Then take the right hand edge, fold it over to the left hand edge, and create another valley fold vertically through the center of the paper. Now this is preparing ourselves for a preliminary base. Now that we have our origami X and our origami T, I'm going to rotate my paper into a diamond so I have the points on either side, and pull these points downward like this and squash fold into the preliminary base. Okay, now that I have the preliminary base, we're going to do a combination base. On one side we're going to have kind of a frog base, and on the other side we're going to have the bird base. So starting with our frog base, I'm going to take these two flaps, the top two pieces here, and I'm going to lift this one up and I'm going to separate this flap, and I'm going to fold, so this squash fold, so the spine here aligns right with the middle fold, and excuse me, there we go, folds right down along there so that we can get the frog base happening. So I have this kind of fold, and I'm going to take this bottom edge of the flap, fold it inward towards the center, and crease it with my bone folder, and fold the bottom edge of this top flap here into the center, and it should look something like this. Then completing this fold, I'm going to open it up and petal fold this flat edge upwards. As you petal fold it upwards, bring these two bottom edges back into the center, and I like to just kind of gently roll this paper and align this crease here so that it makes a point right at the center. Do the same thing on the other side, kind of gently roll that paper down and in and make the point right up at the top. Okay? Then I've got the shape looking something like this, and you should have an extra flap right here. Flap that extra flap down, take the left hand side here and flap this over, and now we're going to repeat the same step but with this left hand flap here. Okay, lifting it up, separating the flap, folding it, folding the spine down along the center. Sometimes the paper doesn't want to separate right up at the top. There we go. Fold that right along the spine down right along the center of the model. Okay. Fold the bottom edge into the center. Create an acute triangle. Bottom edge here, folding it into the center for an acute triangle again. Now open those two folds up to make a petal fold. Fold this flap upward, valley folding it so that these two flaps can come back in towards the center, and lift this one up and gently roll those pieces of paper in to create the point up here at the top. Okay, now you have that little flap again like this. Alright, now I'm going to fold this right hand side back over to the left so that I have this little flap here that flips up and down. Now we're going to flip the model over, and we're going to take this whole piece here and make a bird base. So I'm going to take this bottom edge, fold it in to the center, crease it well, fold this bottom edge in towards the center, crease it well, and then petal fold the result. Open it back up, take this top flap, fold it all the way up, and valley fold it here along this edge so that these two flaps can come in towards the center. Reverse the crease along the outside edge here, reverse the crease along the outside edge here to create our bird base look. Now I'm going to leave this flap up, and you should have two flaps down here, these two little pointy things here, okay, left over from our frog base from the other side. So I'm going to take this and flip it upwards, fold it upwards so it's going the opposite direction. Take this side, fold it upwards, and now you'll have this kind of look here, almost like a bird base here as well as this triangle up here. Now the directions say to mount and fold a little more than halfway. So I'm going to take this flap here and fold it back around. But for the purposes of the demonstration, instead of a mount and fold, I'm going to flip my paper over and do a valley fold. Now, I always have trouble getting a nice point at the end and getting a nice fold from the middle here. So I'm going to use a ruler to kind of align it with the corner. Then I'm going to fold this paper, just kind of gently crease it upwards, remove the ruler, and then fold this piece down. That allows me to get a nice crease as well as get it to be a nice point at the end. Okay, I'm going to do the same thing on the other side. Kind of divide that area in half and hold my ruler right at the corner of that tip, right at the point of that tip. Kind of gently fold it and then go back and more deliberately fold it and crease it there with my bone folder. Okay, so that's our mountain fold to create the tail. Now I'm going to flip my paper over. The directions say to rotate it, and then take this flap and fold it backwards, mountain folding it like this. Okay, now you'll see that you have a little flap on this side, same flap on the back, flap on the top, flap on the top, and this piece will be the head, and this piece down here will be the tail. So we're going to take this piece now, and I'm going to fold so that this outside edge is parallel with this inside piece. We're going to eventually outside reverse fold that, but for now I'm just going to fold it like this and crease it well, and then I'm going to take this piece, open it back up, separate the flap, outside reverse fold it around so that it will look like that. Okay, and that's going to end up being the head in just a minute. Alright, now we're going to take this piece here and fold along a line about like there. Well, maybe a little bit less, about like that. Okay, and we're going to valley fold this piece out here. And you want the point of your triangle here to go just past that line. It's going to be one of the hands. Just a minute. And you want to have a little space right here. Okay, same thing with the flap on the back. I'm just going to fold this one back here so it matches the one in the front, because those are going to be the two hands. Okay, now I'm just going to rotate this model ever so slightly so that we can more imagine this is the head and these are the front little paws. Now this piece is going to be our leg, and we want this leg to be vertical here now. Okay, so I'm going to fold this, and you want to have just a little bit of the chest area down here being flat. So here's my leg. I'm going to fold this, crease it nicely. Then I'm going to inside reverse fold it. So I'm going to separate this flap, inside reverse fold it, like so, and the result should look something like that. Okay, now I'm going to do the same thing on the back. I'm just going to flip my model over. I'm going to take this leg, make it match. Like that. Inside reverse fold it, opening it up, and inside reverse fold, like so. Alright, now I've got those pieces done with the feet, and now I'm going to flip my model back over and we have the feet to make. Now the feet, I'm going to do 2 folds. I'm going to fold this piece like that, and then this direction. I'm going to take this little triangle here, fold it vertically up so it matches this vertical line, crease it nicely. Then I'm going to unfold that, and I'm actually going to fold, sorry I made my diagonal the wrong way. I'm going to fold it so that this piece is like parallel to the ground, like, or sorry, parallel to this line here. Okay, so if I crease that and then unfold it for you and give you kind of this diagonal line here. So you're taking this point and folding it backwards so it's about parallel with that. Then what we can do is open this back up and do a pleat fold. So I'm going to inside reverse fold the first diagonal, looking like that. And then I'm going to reverse fold the flat piece so that we have the little foot. And the foot should then be horizontal, sticking out like that. Okay, I'm going to repeat the same step on the back. Flip my model over, valley fold it up like this. Then take this piece and fold it backwards to point it that direction. Okay, and then I'm going to open those 2 up, those 2 folds up, and inside reverse pleat fold. So I'm going to inside fold the reverse fold the first one like that, and then reverse the other crease so it's a pleat fold going back to the front like that, and there you have your second foot. Alright, now that I'm done with the feet, I'm going to work on the hands. Now the hands, or like the little paws in the front I guess, are going to be an inside pleat fold as well. I'm going to take this line here, this outside edge, and fold it back to meet up with the middle crease there, and then make a fold, a valley fold from this line here out to the tip. Okay, so I'm kind of rabbit ear folding it and then folding it back towards the front so it looks something like that. Alright, and it looks like this inside reverse fold when you're done. Okay, now I'm going to do the same thing on the other side. I'm going to take this edge, fold it in towards the center, and crease it up to the other edge so I have like an intersection here. And then I'm going to valley fold from that corner out, kind of rabbit folding this point. Rabbit ear folding, excuse me. And then take this little point and bring it down to the front for the arm. Okay, so we have those 2 little arm pieces. Now, working on the final piece of the head, I'm going to take this head and I'm actually going to, I want to outside reverse fold so that the line comes a little farther down than is possible to bend it over. So you're going to have to kind of separate these 2 flaps, fold it back around. This is kind of complicated because you want to get the point of your outside reverse fold there, but you want the creases of your outside reverse fold a little farther past. So to do that, you kind of have to outside or reverse fold it, and then pinch where you want that fold to start, and then crease it down. Okay? Now an easier way would be to have this angle up at the back of the neck, but then it just doesn't look right. All right. Now that we have that, we're going to work on the nose piece here. I'm going to take this nose piece and valley fold it back this way to create the front of the nose. Then I'm going to take this point and I'm going to valley fold it back outward, but I'm going to valley fold it so that it is pointing downward here, and that's going to end up forming the jaw. All right, so when I'm done, we've got this like little jaw piece here. Okay, now we have to inside pleat fold this, so we're going to open it back up, inside reverse fold the first piece. So if I do that for you, it looks kind of like this. Then I'm going to take this other piece back out and do the inside pleat fold, and then take this and kind of adjust it so that it's sticking down this way. Okay? Then to kind of reshape the head, it says to take this little triangle, like just a little teensy bit, about that much, and mountain fold it inside. So sorry for the like smallness of the paper and my big fingers in between, but it's going to look something like that. And this one's going to fold in something like this. Okay, so you've got that little piece. And then this little leftover mouth piece, we're going to outside reverse fold it up. So I'm going to just give it a little valley fold here to start the outside reverse crease. And then I'm going to unfold that paper and flip the little piece out and around like that. And that's going to form kind of the little jaw piece. Alright, now the last piece is getting the tail. You'll see it's got a big pleat fold there, and this is going to help hold the model up so that when it's done you can actually stand it up. Alright, so I'm going to take this one and I'm going to valley fold it first down this direction. And you might want to use your bone folder at this point and give it a nice strong valley fold there. Okay, and then open it up and inside reverse fold this. So I'm going to open that flap up, use the valley fold there, reverse there, so it's going to look something like that. Okay, now this is the tricky part because there's this big flap of paper here that's kind of going to hold us up a bit, but we want to have it so that this piece comes up and that these outside pieces are going to come down and hold the model flatly on the ground. So I'm going to just kind of inside reverse fold that without creasing it, pivot fold it a little bit to adjust it so that it's pushing down and it's kind of in line with the feet, like so. Alright, then this last little corner here, I'm just going to take it and force it inside so it's tucked inside. And if you don't do those two pieces separately, I find that the paper tends to rip right there. Alright, so that is how to fold the Origami Tyrannosaurus Rex found in the book Creative Origami, designed by Kunihiko Kasahara.